Throughout life, we all develop certain different values that shape the way we think, the way we act, and the way we interact with other people. These values often come from our families or just experiences in general and challenges we face as we grow. And over time, they start to guide the decisions we make and the type of person that we want to become later in the future. For me personally, the three values that have really shaped who I am are integrity, empathy, and perseverance. These values influence how I make decisions, how I build relationships with others, and how I handle challenges in my life. Today, I'm going to talk about why these three values are so important to me and how they have helped shape the person I am becoming today. The first value that is really important to me is integrity. Integrity to me means being honest and staying true to my principles even when it might be easier not to. It means doing the right thing even when nobody is watching, and I think this value mostly came from my family, especially my parents. And growing up, they always emphasized the importance of telling the truth and standing by what I believe in. There was definitely times and moments growing up where it might have been easier to lie about something or avoid responsibility, but my parents always reminded me that honesty and accountability, no matter what, was more important in the long run. And because of that, integrity has become something I try to carry with me now still in my everyday life. Integrity also affects the way I approach situations in school, friendships, and even small daily decisions. For example, in school, it means being honest in my work and putting in effort instead of taking any shortcuts. Also, in friendships and relationships, it means being someone people can rely and trust. And I believe trust is one of the most important parts of any relationship. And when people see that you're honest and consistent with your actions, it builds respect and trust over time. And once people begin to trust you, it makes it much easier to build any meaningful connections with them. While integrity focuses on staying true to your values, another important value to me is empathy. Empathy means trying to understand people's feelings, experiences, and perspectives. And I think empathy is really important because everyone goes through different experiences in life, and these experiences shape how they might see the world. This value developed for me through different friendships and personal experiences where I sometimes felt misunderstood in some situations, and there were moments when I felt like people didn't fully understand my perspective, and those experiences made me realize how important it is to truly listen to others. And because of that, empathy has changed the way I interact with people. And instead of immediately judging someone off the get-go or assuming I know their situation, I try to step back and think what they might be going through and put myself in their shoes. An example of that is if someone seems upset, stressed, or just rude in general, there might be something happening in their life that I don't know about. And taking a moment to understand these perspectives can completely change the way I respond to them. And empathy also reduces any misunderstandings and conflicts. And when people feel heard and understood, they are more likely to communicate openly and respectfully. It creates stronger and healthier relationships because it encourages people to support each other rather than judge each other. And I think empathy is especially important today because we do live in a world where people come from many different backgrounds and experiences in general. And being able to understand and respect those differences helps create stronger communities and better relationships in general. And the last value that is very important to me is perseverance. And perseverance means continuing to push forward even when things become difficult. And life is full of different challenges and setbacks and moments where things don't go the way we expected or planned. And during these moments, perseverance is what keeps us moving forward instead of just giving up. I have learned a lot about perseverance through both academic and athletic experiences. There were definitely times where things felt frustrating or overwhelming, whether it was just struggling with a difficult class, preparing for exams, or pushing through tough practice in sports. Um, those experiences taught me that improvement doesn't happen overnight. There were definitely moments when progress felt really slow, or even whenever I doubted myself, but over time I started to realize that setbacks are really a part of the growth experience. Failure isn't something that means you should just quit. It's something that helps you learn and improve. Perseverance reminds me that success takes time, patience, and consistent effort. It motivates me to keep working towards my goal, even when it feels difficult or I don't see the progress. I think perseverance is important because it teaches resilience. It also helps me develop the strength to face any of my challenges and continue improving even when things don't seem to be going my way. In many ways, perseverance also connects with other values I mentioned, like integrity. Integrity reminds me to stay true to my values while pursuing my goals, and empathy reminds me that everyone around me is also facing their own different challenges. And when all three of these values come together, they create a strong foundation for personal growth and just any meaningful different relationships. And yeah, to sum up, integrity, empathy, and perseverance are the three values that have had a major influence on my personal life. And integrity helps me guide my decisions and allow me to trust myself, and empathy helps me understand others and build different strong relationships. And perseverance motivates me to keep moving forward even when I face challenges or setbacks. These values continue to shape the way I approach my life and the way I treat others and the goals I work toward in the future. As I go through life, the values I trust will continue to follow me and influence the choices I make and the impact we have on the people around me. These values will always guide me as I continue to grow and just face new challenges in general. Thank you.